Hello there, this is John Miller, the osteopath. I want to talk to you today about a client of mine who's having problems with his tricep on the left hand side. So what he's doing is he's doing a lot of pressing motions and he's finding a lot of weakness in that left arm. And it seems to be what's happening is that his arm is doing all the work, both in pressing and in pulling, okay? Which is leading to a lot of weakness, simply because the muscles in the back of the shoulder here and the front of the shoulder are not activating properly because they're all bound down between the back of the shoulder blade. So what we need to try to do first and foremost is improve the mobility in the lat dorsi muscle here, the long head of the triceps as well, and then of course the chest. Simply done. You can use a band or a belt. You put this above your head. You then pull the arm down behind your back like so. Keep a nice upright posture. Don't let your head come forward. You've done this many times in my other videos. It just really helps to mobilize that shoulder there. You're standing nice and upright like so, and gradually increase the stretch. Trying to assist it by actually physically pulling your arm back using the deltoid over a 30-second period at least. You can go up to 2 minutes, but don't exceed that because it's going to start to cramp up. Do that just to loosen everything up, okay? And then once you've done that, you can then start to work the muscles in the back of the shoulder. A simple way is using the same band, just doing some band pull aparts like so. Just pull to the neck and release. Don't release all the way so it's floppy. Release it part of the way. Keep the tension in the muscle like so and pull back. Release it part of the way and then pull back. So you can keep a continuous tension in the muscle. Okay. Once you've done that, once you've worked on the back of the shoulder, you can then start to work on the front of the shoulder. So what do we want to do for the front? We want to open the chest up. So very simple, using the same band. You can use a bar for this as well. We'll do what we call dislocations, which you see in my previous video. Lift the arm above the head, take it behind your back, and bring it back down again. Do this slowly and carefully. It's a gentle articulation. The bands are quite good for this because there's a bit of give in these. Up and down a few times. So really work this slowly and carefully, getting everything nice and loose, like that, okay? Once you've done that, you can then start to actually activate the chest itself, okay? So a simple way to do that before you start any major pressing motions is to think about what does the chest do. So with a band, you grab the band behind the back and you want to be pulling the shoulders forward. Now if you notice, the pec line comes down here, so follow the same angle. Come and squeeze the chest together like so. And release. Make sure you can feel it all through here. Don't use your arms, just feel the contraction there. And again, when you release it, don't release it all the way. Keep the tension in the muscle to activate that chest there. Ideally, with all these exercises, you want to be doing it for about a good 20 repetitions to really get a good pump in the muscle. Once you've done that, you can then move on to those pressing movements as well. Now, in addition to these exercises, it's also worth looking at the pullover and the front raise as well, because the pullover will assist you as you bring the arm above the head, and in the same way a plate raise does exactly the same thing. So starting off, get yourself a plate, anything between 5 and 10 kilograms, shoulders down and back, tummy tucked in, and lift above your head like so. And when you do this, make sure you keep pushing the chest together as you lift. So squeeze the chest and lift. You can have a slight bend your arms if you wish, that's absolutely fine. Or you can lock it out at the top if you want to. It is of course harder with a straighter arm. But as you do it, of course, think about keeping that chest nice and tight, especially for the first 90 degrees of the motion. And as you bring it up to the top here, as the arms come back here, it really accentuates that lower trapezius, and even the rear delts are working hard to stabilize the shoulder. And once you've done that, you can go on your back and you can start doing some pullovers. You can do it flat on the floor, or you can do it on a bench. It's good to do it on a bench because you get a nice stretch through those lat muscles, which is what we started with first of all. So here I am, on a bench. Press the weight up, tummy tucked in nice and tight, strong core, strong glutes. Drop the arms above the head as much as you can comfortably. Let your elbows bend. Get a good stretch, but not too much, and pull up over the chest again. Drop it down, and pull back up again. As you do this exercise, think about squeezing your chest as you bring the weight up again, like so, just to emphasize that petrol involvement. So as the weight comes down, the lats are being stretched, long head of triceps is being stretched. As you come back up again, you're contracting the chest. Be careful as you come up. You don't want to hurt yourself at the same time. and try and do that for 1 round. As I said, this isn't about building muscle as such, it's about getting the mobilization in the shoulder joints, keeping the shoulders healthy so they're ready to lift, so that you're lifting the weight with every muscle you need to. And you can do this before you actually do any proper lifting, but it's also worth finishing off with this as well. So you could start with those 4 exercises, do your main lifts, don't do too much though, and when you finish, do it again, but in reverse, go backwards, so they're ending with a lat stretch through here. I hope you enjoyed the video. See you in the next one. Take care.